I'm in negotiations to sell my marketing agency. What should I be aware of? Pitfalls to avoid. So Amy, when you're about to sell your agency, what you really need to think about is determine why is the other agency or business wanting to buy you? What's the reason? That's kind of the number one thing to really kind of understand. Are they buying us for our location? Are they buying us for our revenue, our client, our methodology, our process, our software? What is it? Now, they may not tell you right off the bat, and don't believe them right off the bat, but it's very important for us to figure that out, because that's going to be your leverage in order to get the most for your agency. The other thing that you really want to do is whatever questions that they ask you, ask them back. You want to ask them the same questions back. So if they ask you, you know, what's your financials and the P&L statement and, you know, your pro forma, your projections, all that, ask them that. Because as they're evaluating you, if they're right, if you're right for them, you have to figure out, well, we need those financials to make sure that you actually can afford us. All right, so when they first come to you, you're going to go through kind of preliminary questions. So you don't want to go and dive into, you know, saying, here's all our clients that we have and here's everything and give them everything. You want to first kind of give them the overview and then make them go to a letter of intent. In the letter of intent, they're going to tell you how much they think your agency is worth, like the evaluation. And then once you do that, if it's acceptable, then you can proceed on. Because this process is going to take you a while and it's going to distract you from all the other things that you have going on. And a lot of times what happens is people start getting excited. And you should get excited because someone wants to buy something that you have, and they get real excited and they take their eye off everything else. And then if the deal doesn't go through, they crash and burn, or they go through a really, really bad period. Okay, so you want to make sure on that. And that's a huge pitfall, going back to, you know, one of the questions that you asked. So don't take your eye off it and treat it like it's never going to happen. Also, don't tell anybody about it. You don't want the word getting out that you're going to be selling, because then, you know, you're going to lose a lot of clients, right? The other thing to be aware of is, and this goes before you actually sell your marketing agency, make sure you have a clause in your contract that you can transfer any of your clients with just written notice, not getting their permission. Because a lot of times when marketing agencies or digital agencies get sold, it's an asset purchase if you're under a certain amount, okay? And most of you probably listening are under the 10 million mark. So most of the time you're going to get purchased by an asset purchase, meaning you're going to have to go to your major clients and have them sign something in order for them to, you know, buy. And you're going to have to do that before you get sold. So let's say you had a major client, they didn't want to sign it, that could kill the deal. So those are some of the things that I would tell you. Ask questions, whatever, or ask for whatever they ask you. Oh, the other thing too, if you're going to be, and you're going to stay on, make sure you walk their offices. Make sure people are actually happy, because if they're not happy and they look miserable, you know, you're not going to mix. And as well as you're trying to look at their culture to see if those two cultures match up. If those cultures don't match up, don't do it. Oh, and then lastly, don't ever do an earnout. That's probably one of the most important things. I'm sorry I waited to the last minute, but you know, this is live. So don't do an earnout. An earnout is some future projection of money that you have to hit in the future and will pay you X. So many agencies come to a smaller agency, they may not have money. They may give you $50,000 or $100,000 in cash and say, we're evaluating your agency at $1 million. So in 2 years, if you hit this projections like you said you were going to, we'll pay you an extra $1 million. So you're like, oh, cool, I'm going to be a millionaire in 2 years and I don't have the responsibility and all that. You're never going to hit it unless it's a guarantee. So don't do it.